Hello, everybody. Welcome to my live stream. Can you guys hear me? Let me know in the comments. I can't hear myself on these headphones. Let me know. Drop a 1 in the comments if you can hear me. 2 if my audio is bad. Just making sure everything is. Let's see. This is what happens all the time. Hello, hello. Okay, people can hear me. Okay, good. Welcome everyone. I decided to do a Q&A slash ask me anything today because we just got back from New York. I'm going to be talking about that a little bit. We just got back from New York. Videos have been really difficult to upload lately. Thank you to YouTube. Making my life a little bit interesting. So here we are with the live stream. Baby girl is sleeping, so we are going to do this live as long as she sleeps. When she wakes up, then I will be going off because I obviously need to take care of my daughter. Shout out to Curlin for the $10 donation. Auntie Jenny is blowing up right now. Think there will be a collab in the future. I don't know who that is. So let me know who that is. I would love to do a collab, obviously. That would be amazing. I'm glad you guys can hear me. Let me know where you guys are watching from. I'm excited to be on. I haven't done a live stream in a while. And honestly, guys, I'm not a big fan of live streaming. I know a lot of people are. Um, I am not one of those people. I don't know what it is about it. It's just not something that I particularly like to do. But you know what? We're going to change it up a little bit. So let me know where you guys are watching from. Drop your questions down below. I have some questions from Instagram that you guys sent me. So I'm going to be switching back and forth depending on how many questions are in here. Hold on just a second. All right, cool. So already we got some amazing things. Okay, I love Auntie Jenny. Who's this Auntie Jenny? Oh, she's on Pearl's channel. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, is that like um Cool Auntie? Is that who that is? Let me know. What's up, Allie? I'm so happy you're here. Listen, this is the queen of live streaming. I don't know what I'm doing here, guys. I really don't know what I'm doing. All right. Let's see who is in the chat. We got Shane from Ireland, viewing from Prescott Valley, Arizona. London in the house, Orlando. Shout out to Allie. She's in Orlando. Annabella, who is in Florida, watching from Texas, watching from Las Vegas, New Jersey in the chat. Guys, don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys haven't liked the video as you're coming in, please hit that like button. I really appreciate it. It really helps out the channel. We got Nigeria in the house. Y'all, we are international. This is crazy. This is crazy. All right, we already got some questions down in here. Got a lot of things going on in the chat. I'm trying to keep up with the chat. I don't know how y'all do this. Michigan. I'm from a French island. That's amazing. Argentina, Philippines. Okay, y'all. Send me your questions. We're going to start off with what happened in New York. So if you guys don't know, I went to New York with my husband to escape the hurricane. Obviously, we took River with us. That was a long car ride, y'all. I I don't know if I'll ever be taking another car trip like that to another state. I don't know. I really don't know. That was an interesting ride. Now, New York was amazing. I'm not even gonna I'm not even gonna lie. New York was amazing. We had a really good time. We haven't been back there for like going on 3 years. So we have a lot of family, we still have a lot of friends out there. So, um it was a fun trip and we got to see our family and it was exciting, okay? But on the way back, I wasn't gonna tell this story. I really wasn't, but here we are. So James decided to fly me and River back because obviously that car ride was really bad. Okay. We had to stop every 3 hours. I had to stretch her legs. Being in a car seat for that long, it's not a good idea for the baby. Anyway, I we booked a flight, okay? I James booked a flight, uh, for me and River. Well, let's just say a lot of things happened that day. So, it was storming, obviously, because Hurricane, Ian traveled up to New York. It was storming, okay? Rain was coming down. I had bags and all of this stuff. I was traveling by myself, first time flying with a baby. When I get to the airport, everything is going so smoothly. I was like, this is amazing. Like, I can do this. Like, got the bags checked, got everything good. And in so if you don't know this, when you travel with a baby, you can travel with the car seat, the stroller, and whatever attachment you have for it. Okay. Well, I had the car seat attachment down at the bottom of her little basket of the stroller, and lo and behold, I was taking everything out, and I have a, retractable, baton. Y'all already know where this is going. I had a retractable baton in the bottom of my stroller, okay? This thing set off every alarm at TSA. I obviously missed my flight, okay? I had the Port Authority police come and I was bawling. It was a whole mess and a half. Okay, it was a mess and a half. The police officers were so nice. Mind you, TSA total they were so mean to me. They didn't help me. They knew I was like going through it. It was a hot mess, okay? The police officers who basically had to escort me out of the premises, they were so sweet and they were like, we understand that you were leaving from the hurricane. We apologize. We do have to escort you out. You're not going to be arrested. I was like, what the heck is going on? You're not going to be arrested, but we're going to have to escort you out. Meanwhile, the entire line for security was wrapped around and they everyone was looking at me. They thought I had drugs or something, I don't know, but it was a hot mess. I literally looked like an insane person. I was crying, River was crying. I had 2 police officers behind me. It was the craziest thing I've ever experienced. Mind you, this was my first time flying with River. On top of that, I had to go back to JetBlue, who thankfully rebooked me on another flight, but I, like, had to sit at the airport for 6 hours. Mind you, now James is, like, halfway to Maryland. It was just a hot mess. I am so happy to be home. I am not taking a trip anytime soon, even though I will say the whole other time, like, River slept beautifully on the plane. She didn't cry, nothing. So, other than that, I won't be traveling for a bit because I'm a little bit scarred from this situation. It's not going to I would rather travel with, like, the whole family, like me, James, and River, but I'm definitely not going to be traveling by myself anytime soon because I am flagged now. I am TSA flagged. Okay, let's jump into some of these questions because I have starred them. And we are going to get right into it. Let's see. Okay. So we'll start off with the simple one. Uh, TR Baby 23 asks, "What gamer are you? PS4 or Xbox?" Now, I don't play video games, but my husband has a PS5, so I am a PS5 gal because I watch him play these video games, and I've learned all of the games that are on the market. I know all of them at this point. Okay, I have a question, but it's uncomfortable. Here we go. What is the most detrimental addiction, the one that you would warn against the most? Well, it depends. Okay. So, for some of you who don't know this, or maybe you've been here for a while, I am married to an addict. He is in recovery. James is in active recovery. Um, and so it depends because obviously drugs are a huge thing and can be very detrimental to a marriage. It can completely ruin everything. If you have an addict that is on the run or is, not sticking to his program, his or her program, I should say, then it becomes a very scary situation. There are things in place that you have to do. You have to set clear boundaries. Um, I am also starting. There's things for support groups for families that live with addicts. And one of them is Al-Anon for alcoholics and Ananon Anon for um, Narcotics Anonymous. Now, um, I will also say with addiction in general, it's not necessarily one thing that you are addicted to. A lot of times addicts have multiple things that they gravitate towards. So if they, completely are in recovery for that drug of choice, then tend to go off in different things. So sometimes they become workout, they become gym heads, or they become really obsessed with work, or sometimes they turn to pornography. So you really have to look at that. I won't say that one is more detrimental than the other. I think that if you abuse substances, or even like anything in excess, that can be very detrimental to your relationship. Okay. I hope that answers it. Um, Someone said, "River, that sounds like a very unisex name." We actually it I didn't know that it was a unisex name until we picked it. I really love the name River. I think it's very suitable for a girl. I didn't know that most boys had the name River, but her name is River Rain. So, yes, it is very unique. Okay, I have a question. How often do people rush into marriage only to end up in divorce? I think this happens quite often, but I think it's because a lot of people don't understand that marriage is a lifetime thing, and they, do all of this stuff to prepare for the wedding day, but they are not focused on the actual marriage and what that entails. So for us, we went to through premarital counseling. I highly highly recommend premarital counseling if you are engaged or looking to be engaged. It really works. It really helps you iron out some of these things, figure out what kind of traumas people are holding on to, what kind of expectations people are holding on to, um, before you jump into marriage. So I think a lot of it has to do with the vetting process. Not a lot of people do that. They don't vet their partners, they don't vet their spouses enough. And that's why I think we are seeing a lot of divorce happening. Okay, we got so many freaking questions. Um, All right. Also, hit the like button, everyone. Every like is appreciated and it's free. You don't have to send super chats, but please like the video. Okay. Uh, oh my gosh. Let's see. I did not do a good job at starring these things. Um, okay, hold on. Okay, Maverick the Enigma. Hello. Hi, Rebecca. What's your take on guys who save themselves for marriage? Um, I think it's a very noble thing. I think that too many women today or young girls are not saving themselves for marriage. And so you're probably seeing more men save themselves for marriage than women save themselves for marriage. But I think it is a very honorable thing. And I think that the more that you save yourself for your partner, for your spouse, the better the better chances you have of maintaining and being in that marriage for the rest of your life. We talk about pair bonding, and not a lot of people have the ability to pair bond these days because of just the promiscuity that's happening, both men and women. I think it affects women way more than it affects men, but I think it's very honorable, and I wish more men and women would save themselves for marriage, but the culture really drives home this promiscuity, and it's very sad. I wish it didn't happen. All right, Robert, with this question. Rebecca, did your husband have you sign a prenup? If so, how did your husband go about it with you? We do not have prenups at all. I don't plan on getting divorced. And I think that is something that we really need to address, because if the majority of women are initiating divorce, we need to do better for women. Like, as a woman, as a female content creator making content about femininity and feminism and, giving my commentary, I think it's very important that I do better in speaking up and talking about how women should be um, fair. Because if you are a man in this situation, right? Like I've actually have a terrible story to share with you guys, but I have we have a really dear friend. I'm not going to mention any names. He is going through a very nasty divorce. They've been married for over 15 years and they have several kids. Um, in the state where he lives in, it's no fault divorce, and he is getting reamed through, and it's really sad. And the thing is that a lot of it is the messaging told to women in these scenarios. I think a lot of lawyers also say these things to women as well, like, do you know how much money you can get from your husband? Do you know how much you can squeeze from him? And then other women around them saying the same exact thing. So I think it's really important that we start talking to women about, if you are going to initiate the divorce, you need to take into consideration how this is going to affect your children, your family, what this means for the future of your children. I think a lot of women are thinking about themselves in this situation and not taking into consideration the harm not only that it does for your ex-husband, but for your future husband, and or like future, I don't know, boyfriends or whatever, but also your children. Like, your children are being affected by this. We didn't sign a prenup. If my husband presents a agreement for me, I will sign it. We both came into the marriage with no money. So we've been building our IKEA marriage. That's what I have to say about that. Allie, the Real Femme Sapien, does a really good job breaking this down on a video. I will link it down in the description for you guys. Okay. Um, let's see. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry for the chat. Okay, let's get the super chat. Thank you so much, Douglas, for the $50. Hi, Rebecca. Good to see you and your family are doing well. How old were you when you became a feminist? I, so the ideology starts baking in very early these days. When I started noticing feminist ideas, I was in high school. So about like 16 or 17, I looked at the girls that were going to college and saying that they like, so we had senior jerseys, and one of the girls on her senior jersey, like, you could put whatever saying you want. She put that she wanted to go to college to get her MRS, her Mrs. M MRS, yeah, her Mrs. degree. And I thought that was complete crap. I was like, "How can you spend all of this money to go to college to get married and have kids?" Like, that makes that literally makes no sense to me. So, I would say I was starting my feminist journey in high school. But I think that a lot of the messaging is brought up way earlier than that, and definitely in our media and social media. Like, the kids today, they're screwed. I feel so bad. Wow, we have so many questions. Okay, guys, I am trying to catch up with the chat. Let's see. If I miss your question, it's not that I'm ignoring you. It's just I literally have a ton of questions and I think my daughter is waking up. So, okay, let's see. Gma Joe keeping it real question. What is your understanding of the scriptures as it relates to mothers working outside of the home? Thank you, Grandma Joe. I don't know. I don't know of any real scriptures that talk about women working outside of the home. I know that this is my stance on it, and hopefully this helps people. My stance on women working outside the home, if you want to work outside the home, that is your prerogative. If it interferes with you raising your children or making your home a home and your mental health as a woman, a mother, and a spouse, right? A wife, then that's where things need to change. I don't think it's I don't think it's beneficial for women to be working outside of the home unless it's completely necessary, you have the means to do that, and it doesn't interfere with your home life and your mental health, because I think a lot of women carry a lot of stress because of that. Because they come home and they see that their home is a mess, that their children are acting up, all of that stuff. So that is my take on it. I don't have particular scripture to point you to, but I will talk to my friend Ruslan KD, who is good with the scriptures like that, and I will get back to you on that. Okay, let's see. Guys, I'm doing my best here. I'm doing my best. Okay, let's see. Um, let's see. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So, elephant in the room question, been dating for a year, very happy, but we are polar opposites. Like, literally, I'm black and he is white. I am from the city, he is a farmer, and work very hard to overcome obstacles. Okay, am I missing the question? Oh, okay, here we go. I'm concerned that our lack of compatibility will hurt us in the long run. Am I over worrying about this? Um, I think that the only things that you should worry about when you're talking about how different you are is if your values and morals are completely misaligned and not aligned. You can get over these other things. Like, just because you're black and he's white doesn't mean that you can't love each other. Like, I'm in the eyes of the world, I'm white, and in the eyes of the world, my husband's black. He's black, okay? Did that have anything to do with our relationship? No, we love each other, and I think that's how people should look at it, not, "Oh, you should, date your own kind." Like, I think that's ridiculous. Remember the whole saying, "Love is love"? We should stick to that. And also, just because you're from the city and he's a farmer doesn't mean that that's a bad thing either. You guys have different upbringings. I think that at the bottom line, if your morals and values are not aligned, if you want kids, what I guess religion you want to follow, all of that stuff, that those are the most important things. How you raise children, all of those things. So get down to those questions, because the surface level stuff doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't matter in the long term. All of that all of that other stuff, like the things that actually matter, will play a role in your relationship. I don't know, unless you have family that is opposed to it, that could also be something that you should look into, but, um, yeah, I think that the surface level stuff, it's not that, it's not for you to be concerned about. All right. Guys, I am trying to catch up with the chat. This is a lot. Thank you guys for all the questions, and thank you for everyone who is in the chat. I might have to end this soon because I think River is waking up. Um, okay. Let's see. What are your thoughts on the Tom Brady situation? Man is literally like one of the top men on the planet. Somehow wife is unsatisfied. So I kind of look at this I kind of can see this from both sides, right? Tom Brady, Giselle was really excited for Tom to finally retire after that many years of playing football. She went to literally, I think, every game. She supported him, the kids supported him, all that stuff. I understand her desire for now her husband to be at home and for her husband to be more present with the children, obviously, because he has preseason, then postseason, all that stuff. So it gets a little bit complicated. However, I don't think that I don't think that this move on Giselle is the right move for her family. I think she should stick it out, give him another year, and let him play football. I suspect that he's going to get in the middle of his season and say he's done. He's like actually retiring, just because I've been watching the Bucks play, and I don't know, it hasn't been a good season for Tom Brady. I know he wants to end his legacy on a Super Bowl win. It might happen. He's the GOAT, so it most likely will happen, but that's what I think about that. I don't think it's unjustified for her to feel upset that that it's happening, like that he went back. I just don't think that divorce, and I think that was probably like a scare tactic for her, or for him to get his act together. I don't know. I don't live their lives. I don't know them personally, but that's my opinion on that. Okay. Thank you. Okay, shout out to CP in the chat. He had a question on Instagram, so I'm going to get to that. He said, "Can a man undominate a feminist that is interested in him?" I think that if a woman if a woman is interested in you and is showing that she wants to be with you, and she's showing signs that she wants to move away from her feminist ways, I think there is a possibility for a man to change that. However, I don't think that anyone can change anyone else. The person themselves have to make the change for themselves. So in my heart, I was already making the changes necessary in order to leave feminism. And it just so happened that my husband was there helping me through that process and sticking with me even through some of those like rough patches. And I think that is the place that that feminist has to be in order for you to undominate a feminist, if that makes sense. Okay, we have guys, I have to block people at this point. There's some weird things happening in this chat. Um, okay, let's see. Um, let's see. I am so sorry. I'm trying to catch up to the chat. You guys are going off. Oh, everyone has people are talking about my Tom Brady take. I'm just saying. Mods, if you are in the chat, can you please um do something about these people? Okay, let's see. Thunder of a Dark Cloud. Hi, Rebecca. I've been watching for a year now. My question is I'm looking into being a writer who uses YouTube coupled with other sites in ASMR fashion. Any thoughts on how to get started? So, if you are trying to get started on YouTube, you have to have a level of patience. Okay. I didn't just I didn't like I hate when people say like, "Oh, you're an overnight success," which I am not. I know they've said it about Pearl. I've known they said it about Allie. We've been working at this for a while. Like I've been on YouTube for years now. Like I've had to take down videos because like I was doing travel videos and other stuff. Like I've been on YouTube for a while. The key to YouTube is consistency. You have to make videos. It doesn't matter if no one is watching your videos, it gets super duper like you just lose all faith. And then one day, the algorithm just likes you and picks your content up. And that's how things start moving forward for you. That's how you continue to build. But no one wants to watch a viral video of you and then not see anything else from you after that. So, my suggestion to you, my thoughts is if you're going to do it, you have to be consistent. You have to make the videos, be creative. This is your opportunity to be creative. And I think that you can do it if you really set your mind to it. I think that there's going to be a lot of criticism. I get hate comments all the time. You just got to roll with it, and if you have if you have tough skin, you can get through YouTube because it is not easy. Okay, Mary G. Question. Being single can feel very lonely and isolating. I was wondering if any feelings of loneliness can occur in marriage. Physically, you're not alone, but during a rough patch. Absolutely. Absolutely. I didn't really talk about this much on my channel, but postpartum was very difficult for me. Um, I I didn't have postpartum depression, but after giving birth, you have a flood of hormones going through your body, and there are a lot of things happening to you, and there's a lot of changes. I was breastfeeding, I was also pumping, and I was formula feeding. and it was very difficult. I felt like I was touched out, like I didn't want to be touched because I was always being touched by my daughter. Um, so yeah, you can definitely feel lonely in marriage. That was a rough patch for us in the sense of like, I just didn't feel like myself. For the first 3 months, I didn't feel like myself. It was very difficult. And that is why I took 3 months off of YouTube, almost 4 months off of YouTube, because I felt like I wasn't myself. Like I wasn't in my body. I felt out of my body. It was bizarre. It was strange. Something that did help me was taking vitamins and taking my placenta as a form of capsulation. A lot of people are going to think that's disgusting. I don't really care. It helped me a lot. But yeah, I think to get over that, you just really have to double down on being intentional, being intentional with your um, spouse, with your partner, because it can be lonely. But I think that I would rather, I know, like, I know that you're single and I'm not trying to like, I'm not trying to be rude, but it's being married really is just amazing because I have someone there that can help me through these rough patches, and I know that I have him to, like, hold me up in the times that I can't, and it's hard, it's hard, but, um, yeah, postpartum was not fun for me. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna catch up on the chat. Okay, we have a $5 donation. Thank you so much. Are we going to see an implosion of the manosphere, or you think there is more that can be done? Um, I don't know. I don't know because the manosphere has gone super mainstream, as you guys know, based off of like Kevin Samuels first and then Andrew Tate and now Sneeko getting canceled, and a lot of people kind of gravitating towards the manosphere. I think that there are very good men out there that are speaking to men. And what's crazy is that a lot of them don't even associate with the manosphere. Like the roommates, I think MTR just did a video about that he doesn't really associate with the manosphere. Um, so yeah, I don't think it's going away anytime soon. I think that there can be a lot of improvement. I think there's a lot of that's the thing is like when you have this kind of open space to say whatever you want, right? There's a lot of characters that come in. Some are very genuine, some are not. I see it in the femininity space as well. People have come and gone. I see like it happens, right? And what I think you have to do as the consumer or as the person watching these videos, you need to have a level of discernment when watching these videos and watching your favorite content creators. And my thing is, does their does my husband always says this, does the audio match the visual? So if does that person practice what they preach, or are they on social media one day saying this and then on the other hand doing a completely other thing, right? So you really have to take that into consideration. Um when you are looking at these content creators, especially in the manosphere, because it is such like green territory for people to come into. And I don't consider myself a manosphere content creator. I think that's not even right to say or even red pill. I think I'm very far adjacent to it. I talk about feminism primarily here. And yes, you like a lot of guys watch it because I talk about feminism. So I understand why I get a lot of male viewers. But yeah, I think that there's more that can be done. And I think that there's more you have to look for the authentic content creators, because once content creators get big, their head also gets big with them. So you start seeing their changes, you start seeing their attitude changes, you start seeing things happen, So just keep your eyes out for like the the real people out there and just the ones that are trying to make a buck. What are your thoughts on Andrew Tate? I think that he is a character. I think he's playing a character. I think that he shouldn't have been canceled whatsoever. I think it's stupid. I think that a lot of people like are glad to see that he's gone, but there's more people that are going to pop up that is potentially worse than Andrew Tate and Kevin Samuels and all the people that they want to silence. I think that he was canceled more for his talks on like conspiracy theories, and that's a awesome way to get canceled here on YouTube. Say anything about that and you're canceled. I think someone also had something about cancellation. Let's see. Yeah, someone says I could never do YouTube because I don't want to give away my privacy. That's completely understandable, as you should. I try to um I try to hold a lot of things in. I don't want to put my daughter on YouTube, obviously. My husband comes when he wants to come. I don't force anyone to do anything. Children cannot consent and therefore they cannot be on social media. In my opinion, I don't think that's a good idea. Okay, I might have to end this soon. My daughter just woke up. I think I have 5 minutes left. So I'm going to scroll down and answer one more question. Hi, Allie. Yes, you just did a video about this. Go check out Allie's content. Okay. She's crushing it. Let's see. Wow, I really neglected the chat. I'm so sorry. It's just so hard to keep up with all of you in here. Um, let's see. One good question. I need to end on one good question. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, I like this question. Okay. It's gonna be my last question. I will be doing you know what? This was a good live stream, so I'm most likely gonna do should I do a Friday live stream? Let send Put yes in the comments if you wanna see a Friday live stream, because this is going pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. I've not really expected this to go this well. Okay, Kay's croquette. I don't know how to say it. Crochet crafts. Okay. How do you reconcile wanting to get married early versus pursuing degrees due to fear of regretting not getting those degrees in the future? Okay. So here is my take on this. I think that college, if you are not getting a college degree, let's say in engineering, architecture, um, freaking like your doctorate, a lawyer, like the degrees that you actually need a diploma on your wall for people to reference, right? Like a dentist. Like I don't want my dentist being a college dropout. I don't think that could ever happen. But I think that there's a lot of education that you can do that is not spending thousands of dollars at a university to get a piece of paper. I'm a mechanical engineer with a robotics major. That was my degree, and I do YouTube. So, what am I doing with my college degree? Right? I'm not pursuing anything with my college degree. However, like I said, if you're doing STEM and all of these things and you know that's what you want to get into, then I would pursue that, yes, but also be alert, right? Stay alert. Be have the same You have to have the same like level of I wouldn't say acknowledgement, intentionality that you're putting into your degree that you are in dating or wanting to get married early. I don't know if you have a boyfriend. I don't know what your dating situation is, but if you have someone and that person wants to marry you while you're pursuing your degree, I think that's an amazing thing. That's an amazing thing. And I wish more people would do that. Um, but I don't think you necessarily need a degree in order to be a successful person. That's just my take on it. If River, my daughter, said she didn't want to go to college and she wanted to pursue something else, I would be like, bet I don't have to I don't have to spend a ton of money for you to go to college and you can learn something that is actually going to make you money. YouTube is a great university for learning things. It's an amazing place to learn things. There are more cost effective programs out there. If you want to learn how to code, you can spend $10,000, which is far less than what you would pay at a college institution for that degree. My brother did that and he makes close to six figures now and he just finished his course. All right? So like it can happen, right? Um but I think that you should have the same level of intentionality that you're pursuing your degree with, that you're also thinking about dating, that you're also, you're also putting yourself out there. You don't want to close yourself off in a dorm room. You don't want to close yourself off to like study your face off when, the man can be in the library. That's the thing too, is like college is a great place to learn to like marry someone. Like that's a great place to find a husband or a wife. You just like you can I think that we as people can do a little bit of both, okay? We can like spend a little bit of time having fun and also pursue our degrees. Okay. So that is my take on that. I'm so happy that all of you are saying yes to doing live streams on Fridays. I might have to push it later on in the day because River is now awake and I need to go get her. Um, so that is going to be where I leave things, guys. Thank you so much for your questions. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I didn't think this was going to go that well. I'm really happy about it. If you guys haven't liked the video yet, please hit the like button, subscribe down below. I really appreciate it. It's all free. You can subscribe, it's free, right? Liking is free. I appreciate you guys being here on a Friday. We're gonna probably do this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not this was good. This was good. But this is what I have to go attend to now. All right, guys. See you in the next one. Bye.